Let's start. It's 5 o'clock with the Guru Vandanam. Sit straight, visualize Swamiji in your third eye. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tatmamasyadi Lakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunaraitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, welcome to Kailash Courtyard Manifesting Power Session. Welcome all the Paramashiva, the state, space, powers and superconscious mutation of Paramashiva. Here Swamiji is giving us a new sutra, new breakthrough of levitation yesterday. That beautiful experience, as I told you, Swamiji is going to take us to the next conscious levels. And really, he is taking us to become the Paramashiva. The more and more we understand how we exist and how the blueprint that Swamiji is downloading into all of us, we can literally live as gods and goddesses. He wants us to understand how we function so that we can start functioning in more beautiful, more precise what we want to fulfill in our life and start manifesting what we want as ultimate existential reality. The more and more we understand how Swamiji is giving us the powerful sutra. He got this person, the photographer, who was explaining how he was trying to photograph Swamiji, and Swamiji was trying to levitate off the ground, and the photograph got scared and ran away out of the room. And he was saying how he did the levitation and what happened in him actually. He said Patanjali himself has come down as Raghupati Yogi and was guiding him in all his yoga as his guru. The ultimate space that he has come down for us, the Sadashiva himself, is more ultimate than Patanjali coming down for Sadashiva. Understand? Patanjali coming down as Raghupati Yogi only for Sadashiva. But Sadashiva itself coming down for all of us and making us manifest. Understand the space. This is how you should put amazing post. Swamiji himself as Sadashiva has come down for me. For Swamiji also only Patanjali came down. Now for us, he himself has come down, and Arugnagiri Yogishwara is nothing but Swamiji only. His own reflection, he placed this Leela for us to understand, and he himself has come down to show us the beautiful states of consciousness and take us more and more and make us blossom inside, the flower inside that I am pure consciousness. Swamiji beautifully says, before I go into the levitation itself, Swamiji beautifully says few things. If we internalize that, we can start understanding what Swamiji gives in much more deeper and deeper way. He is initiating us in many possibility. Here, each time you make a decisions, right? You make a cognition, you make a decisions, your actions, your thoughts, your whatever is happening inside you, the more and more you go consciously. That is what is looking in, the seer, what you call it. More and more you start making conscious, okay, this situation, what did Swamiji say? We are creating the world. So let us think from that angle, how is it affecting? Or if you're even shouting at somebody who has to understand things, look at it from that only angle as consciousness, how the blueprint works. Not, I know the logic is very difficult. If you're saying somebody is trying to do something in the last minute after you talking to her so many times, and you want to correct, even that correction you want to make, you're very upset they're coming the last minute and trying to do something. But even that, you try to give the understanding from consciousness, not out of anger or incompletion with that person, or that person is hurting you. By not doing something, you're going to get in trouble. All this is human way of existence. Yesterday, we discarded ourselves being a human. We are going to be as the superconscious being, a blueprint. Then the first is Nithyananda. So the space of bliss. From that, we understand that everything we have to speak, we have to live, we have to think only in the gunas of Paramashiva. Because I am Paramashiva, I will only think like that. So the way we think, hey, did you think of how you're creating a world? If you're creating a world of cunning people, shouting people, anger people, then how will you live peacefully? Why are you doing this to yourself? Should be your answer to that person. Rather than you shouting at a, why are you not bringing it last a minute and you're not doing anything, you're lazy, bored. All that complaining or blaming is not the way we function. If we, for example, those words that you utter is actually reflecting from your inner space. So where are you holding the whole cognition? If you're holding from consciousness, you will be giving conscious solution for everything, conscious answers for everything. From how you perceive this existential reality, the blueprint that Swamiji is teaching step by step for us to discover ourselves. That is the same way you will be using words on others or thought currents or actions only from that context. Swamiji very clearly says the more and more consciously we use words, thinking, we become more and more wisdom starts happening. The buddhi starts happening, more and more reflection or super consciousness start happening. More and more anti-aging started happening. Our disease start disappearing. Our financial problem starts disappearing. More and more consciously, we deciding that how we exist, how we think, how we speak, how we understand, perceive the world, again and again, perceive it from the powerful cognition that Swamiji is giving. All pervasiveness, oneness. No, everything is happening now. From this time only is starting. Past fear and greed, if we live only after understanding all this, if we live out of fear or greed or any powerless space, you started aging. You are human. Be very clear. There are two paths. You want to be human, you want to be divine. You decide. If you're going against the path of fear, greed, any powerless space, you are getting into human shoes and starting to walk in human shoes. Any space, you are able to make that 1 second shift in you to understand your consciousness, and from the consciousness only I make every decisions. From the conscious space only I am going to make every step of my life. Oh, this is troubling me. No, I can't be powerless. How do I view? I only created that. What is the incompletion? Complete that. I only created. Let me recreate it in a better way. Be very clear about everything from powerful cognition. Only you're going to handle. I don't know. I've never done it. How will it be if I create and will it happen to me? It's okay. You have that doubt. It's better than creating again and again from your past and copying it again and again from fear, greed and powerless worries. We have done that enough and we have not seen result, even though it looks like it is giving us result. But it is not. In spite of us, consciousness happens through us and fulfilled to one extent. Actually, we are the one hindrance to the whole thing by worries, by any incompletion. Incompletion is we are stopping it. We are the block. Incompletion is a block. Powerlessness is a block to yourself. You're putting a block to yourself. You're trying to close your eyes and trying to walk. Why would you do that? So start consciously deciding. I will take only conscious decision. Anything, my worry, my fear, my greed, my incompletion, my powerless, anything. I have to think only from the space of consciousness. I am Paramashiva. How will Paramashiva think this point? Literally start living it. Then you see so much starts in you. You start becoming more and more and more buddhi. Such intelligence starts reflecting in you. The powerless space just disappear. You know how to take every situation to the next level. and having a breakthrough, whether it is your finance, whether it is your life, whether it is a relationship, whether it's your body. You know exactly how to deal with it and how you can expand it more. If you hold that as your cognition, and very clear cognitions, I do not want to suffer as human being. I've done it enough. It doesn't serve any purpose. So from this, I want you to take few minutes, look at your inner space, complete it. And from that, we'll go to the sutra. And then we'll discuss about the sutra and Shastra Pramana on levitation. So take few minutes, see your inner space, where all you're making human decisions versus conscious decisions. Conscious thought current, conscious actions, and conscious decisions. The words, the thoughts, the action has to align to consciousness. The space, I am Paramashiva. Paramashiva is all pervasive, self-effulgent, omnipresent. Everything, all the gunas of Paramashiva is our blueprint, which is the natural existence. The artificial one which we are carrying is the boredom, tiredness, complaint, reaction. All the powerless space is violence in us. Let's get the pus clear once and for all. It's not there anymore. Why are we still carrying it? Let's clear that. So take 5 minutes, write down all that and see where all you can shift yourself, the thought currents you have, get to a conclusion of it, what is going on, and clearly rewrite it the way you want to exist. If you do that as an exercise for a little things, the same thing when really something is happening, you will shift and you start seeing amazing healing happening. And more you'll understand, oh my God, this is the perfect way to deal with it and see what happened. Otherwise, I would have usually done this and I would have messed up and then got the whole thing in a different way. So you'll start understanding, oh wow, this is so cool. It's so simple and easy, which was never a way of living for us. So let's take 5 minutes, write down the parlous space and shift the whole thought currents, the actions that we have taken. It's okay, whatever you've taken. The brain is so intelligent, even now it can just shift and start running. So anytime you can start. So start rewriting, write whatever you're doing. Even if you're doing the human decision, write that also. Clearly write that. I am taking the human decision. I get angry with my daughter, father. I get, I complain at them. Write that. Then rewrite that how you should perceive those lines. As a space Paramashiva, how would Swamiji perceive that? You are Paramashiva now. So you would perceive in a complete different way. Let's learn that. Like how we learn to read and write. Let's learn to be Paramashiva. Yes, we can have the Mahavakya. I'll write the question.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Yes, Levitation Sutra now. Hold on. She'll share the sound also. Just hold on. This is the Levitation Sutra that Swamiji has given us. So we'll understand the Shastra Pramana, and from the Shastra Pramana, we'll start living that as our Shakshi Pramana. Yes, Ma, you can play that. Are you able to hear the sutra? Ma, we are not able to hear. Just give us a minute. We are playing the Shastra Pramana.
The Shastra Pramana for the powers of levitation is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57. Asane Shayane Sukva Niradharam
Can you hear now?
Swadeham Manasi Janadaksina Sajo Bhavet Asane Shayane Sukva Niradharam Vibhavayan Swadeham Manasi Janadaksina Sajo Bhavet.
Here, Swamiji is saying, being situated on the comfortable seat or on a bed, firmly cognize that your own body without support, without any support or base anywhere, it is resting on nothing. Understand the few cognition that he gave before he started the levitation. He said, the medium which the sound, for example, that Madhvit is speaking, the air is taking the sound and vibrating and going into the computer, and it is taking to your computer, and from there again the air is getting to your ears. The air is the medium, and what it's delivering is the sound from me. right? The voice, whatever I'm talking about. He's saying the second, gravity. Gravity, the sun is there, moon, earth, everything is there. It pulls, right? Gravitational pull, it keeps the whole thing in a proper way. The energy that sun is using to keep all the planets in its position. The gravitational force, right? That is the reason why it pulls us also to the ground. When we jump, we come down. When we throw something, it comes down. The gravitational pull. The gravitational pull happens in the space, akasha. It's the space that it is a subtler than the air component, right? Now, he's going to next level subtler. The space, the ether is one level. Now he's going to the next level. He says, when we connect, the superconscious connects to the DNA. In my brain, it reflects, right? When I connect with a sound, Mahavakya, it can reflect the whole superconsciousness into my brain, my DNA. We are very clear about that. It is happening when we are grounded. It is completely happening when we are in a nice complete space. It directly reflects in us. Swamiji says the consciousness, even these exercise you just did, every time you make a conscious decisions, the consciousness pulls you to Kailasha. How? The sound you get it through air, gravity you get it through space, you getting pulled to Kailasha, it happens in space of it happens in consciousness. Now comes the confusion. If consciousness is a medium, then how is it? It is a medium, it is a software which makes things function, and it is intelligence also. It can recreate, it can self-effulgent. Remember, consciousness is Paramashiva, Swamiji himself. He pulls you to the Kailasha. When you are able to understand that the superconsciousness reflects in my DNA, when I fix it with the sound and I experience the consciousness, means I am getting pulled. Whenever you're making a decision, instead of looking at the situation with the human cognition, you make a decision with conscious decisions. Then you are getting pulled to Kailasha, because there is no thoughts. In all these things that we wrote down, there is no thoughts. Thoughts happen only from the decisions you make as a human. We don't need any more those decisions. The decision, the thought currents, everything that you did from the parallel space, we are not going to use that. We are making a conscious decisions. So the consciousness is used to pull us to Kailasha. Consciousness is what Swamiji uses to connect and pull us to the Kailasha, the reflection of what is happening. So when we are grounded in that consciousness as our life, we don't have thoughts, we make a conscious decision. Simply we start levitating. We start having no thoughts. That's what exactly he says. It is resting on nothing. By holding this cognition, when the mind becomes worn away, where is the mind? Thoughtlessness arise. Thoughtlessness arise. What is arising? Nothing is arising. Thoughtlessness arise. Then in an instant, one becomes weightless and experience the space beyond mind, the space of Paramashiva. The space of Paramashiva starts happening in us physically. We are able to experience, enjoy. The body goes up and down, slowly starts settling into the space of oneness and start holding that powerful space of just the oneness. And if you're able to hold few seconds, simply body will start raising. Few seconds, that's all is required. Simply the body will start raising when you don't have any fear, any greed, any thought. Oh, it's happening to me. Wow, wow, wow. No, again, that is thought. Oh, it's not happening at all. Nothing, no change in me. That's also thought. Whether it's up or down or fear or greed, do not bother about the thoughts. Do not get into judgment, decision. Nothing is required. You're listening to Mahavakya. Continuously listening to Mahavakya. Swamiji is going to chant now. Every word aligned to Swamiji's chant. Then you will be only focused in such pure awareness of getting your words aligned with Swamiji's words. Consciously do that. That means you're deep listening, deep grounding into the conscious space. You don't care about thoughts, you don't care about words, action, nothing. Just inaction inside you. Just inaction, pure space of restful awareness, that complete melting with Swamiji, visualizing Swamiji in oneness and deeply chanting every word, making sure you catch the same tune, same pause, same length of what Swamiji is chanting, and chant from your navel, not loudly, from your navel, so that it occurs to you. The whole thing vibrates. It's a Parashakti you're awakening. It's the greatest Parashakti you're awakening. You will just enjoy yourself when you awaken the Parashakti who's manifesting the whole universe for you. So you will start enjoying that whole process. Let's get to now power manifestation. We'll have the Mahavakya. We're going to play the Mahavakya. I'll play the Mahavakya. Just give me a minute. Sit down in a relaxed way. Hold the space of oneness, such a gratitude space with Paramashiva. Sit straight, close your eyes deeply, connect to Swamiji, back, neck and head in a straight line. Deeply connect to Swamiji, inhale and exhale. Just be in the oneness with Swamiji. Chant every word the Mahavakya utters from your navel, aligning to every word that Swamiji says. Just be in melting with Swamiji. And let anything happen, do not bother about anything. Only chanting, connecting the superconscious into DNA is our job. Everything else, whatever happens, doesn't happen, experience, not experience, do not have any judgment. Just be with melting space of Paramashiva. Enjoy every word, every thought, every action that is happening, chanting the Mahavakya along with Paramashiva.
See yourself as 25-headed, 50-handed Paramashiva, as eternally 16, youthful. Connect with Paramashiva. Only He exists. Anything else is illusion. Now, sit straight. We'll enter into the process. force. Let the one open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow to manifest the power in all of us. Let Paramashiva's burden manifest in all our burdens. Let the Amrita force, let the one open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow to manifest the power in all our burdens. Paramashiva's third eye manifesting all our third eye. Let the Amrita flow, let the one open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow to manifest the power in all of our third eye. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eye. Let the Amrita flow, let the one open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow to manifest the power in all our third eye. Let Paramashiva's burdens manifest in all our burdens. Let the Amrita flow, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the power in all our burdens.
Yes. Please open your eyes. Swamiji literally taking us to Kailash. More and more beautiful, joyful. Wow. Yes, please share your cognitions, your experience in Kailash Courtyard Power Manifestation page. The more we share, the more people experience all that. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. So yes, so powerful that Swamiji is giving us such amazing, amazing. What is going to happen, we don't know, but it's so beautiful and amazing. Thank you, Swamiji. Please share your experiences. And if you have any request, the healing request or Akashic reading, they have started, Balasans have started Akashic readings. So you can enroll into the Akashic reading also. You can send me a mail at, yes, ma, you can post it. Somebody's asking about Paramashivam also. Yes, we can post it. The intention, see, understand the intention is our life. If you put an intention, then Swamiji starts working on you to become participant in Paramashivam, not you start working. Swamiji starts working. Your intention matters. That's all. You give a big yes, tatastu, to yourself. Yes, the Balasans, you want to reach out, you send me a mail. If it is a healing request, please send with a photograph. If you're sending, you want Akashic reading, send me the detail. I'll send you the Akashic reading. Details are not posted because it is happening very randomly, but I've asked for the details. So you can send me, I will send you the reply on where and which Zoom ID and what timing it will be happening. Yes, Balasans every day they sit and heal everybody. That's their regular. That is why Swamiji is creating the Sannyas Parampara, the greatest thing. And feeding these sannyasis are the Maheshwara Pujas. See why Swamiji is doing all these Navaratri celebration, the darbars, the Maheshwara Pujas, creating a positive space for us to manifest powers. When we do all these things, so many things unconscious just wither away. where we struggle so much and where we have so many things which crash land, and then only we realize all that become example. In a school, you don't just study English. You have math, you have physical science, you have extracurricular activity, you have sports. So many dimensions are given to a person to become the societal human, feeding the sannyasi, being part of the sangha, doing sanghas causing or activities, everything, right? So as much as possible, whichever you can participate or whichever you can start enriching, all these always add to your power manifestation. Completely, it is making us having the only direction is raising our conscious frequency. But he uses different components, whether it is Pada Puja, whether it is Tulabharam, whether it is Maheshwara Puja, whether you're doing or enriching your friend or family. Even if you enrich your family and friends, you will just feel the exact same thing. Because only if you are convinced, right? It's you are creating your reality. So if I am living that reality, only if I can speak into their listening and they're going to listen. Otherwise, they'll say, get lost, I'm not interested in this. That's why Swamiji says, the minute, hello, you know whether you're Paramashiva or you're any other person. So you can test yourself. Go and tell about Maheshwara Puja or Pada Puja to somebody. See how they are holding. That is exactly how you're holding. You just experiment with these truths. Play with it. Not for any reason. If you do it or not do it, it is not going to happen. Anything going to happen to Swamiji or anybody. It is he's giving all these components, everything as much as possible. Connect yourself in everything and start doing all these things, whether causing or sharing or anything that he is talking about, as much as possible, because that shows your consciousness. Because Swamiji is in that consciousness, that gets reflected into me when I catch the context and I start working in that. That's all he wants us to do. So enjoy all these things. Thank you so much. Let's surrender all this experience that Swamiji is showing into his lotus feet, Swamiji's lotus feet. Just offer it, consciously offer it. Let that become more and more buddhi into me, the more and more intelligence to understand the higher realities. With that, let's sit straight and visualize Swamiji in our third eye and end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudeshyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, everybody. Please don't forget to post. One click and few lines. Okay? Thank you. See you all tomorrow. Nithyanandam.